Our story kicks off in a creepy old warehouse where an unknown man is tied to a bed with a sharp knife pointed at his eyes. But the psycho responsible has other plans. He starts cranking a handle that brings an iron crusher closer to the poor guy's head. As the man freaks out and begs for mercy, the iron crusher keeps getting closer until... splat! His head is crushed like a watermelon at a bad carnival show. Meanwhile, miles away, Adam is driving to his ex's wedding when suddenly, a masked man pops up in the back seat and tries to attack him. Adam slams on the brakes, elbows the guy, and scrambles out of the car, only to trip and eat dirt. But when the masked man pulls out a knife, instead of stabbing Adam, he dramatically removes his mask to reveal, surprise, it's just Harley, his buddy trying to pull a prank. Not amused, Adam threatens to leave Harley stranded, but Harley manages to sneak back in. As they drive, Harley teases Adam for going to his ex's wedding, especially after she used him like an old toothbrush. But before Adam can defend himself, a creepy hearse with tinted windows zooms past them. Shrugging it off, the guys keep driving, chatting about old times, with Harley roasting Adam for his obsessive habits, like noting down his car's mileage in a little notebook. Suddenly, they see a dead kitten in the road. Adam swerves to avoid it, but it turns out the kitten was placed there by someone. Deliberately. Things get even weirder when a giant monster truck starts tailing them. Harley, being Harley, can't resist taunting the driver, who responds by flooring it, turning the highway into a demolition derby. Adam tries to escape, but the truck keeps ramming them until they're forced off the road. The truck finally leaves, but Adam's car is now low on gas and in rough shape. Annoyed, Adam blames Harley, and the two start brawling like kids on a playground until Adam gives up. They hoof it down the road in search of gas, with Adam convinced the monster truck driver really wants them dead, but Harley just laughs it off as paranoia. They stumble upon a trailer in the middle of nowhere, and while Harley swipes some gas, they fail to notice the decapitated body inside or the giant pentagram drawn in the field outside. Yikes. Fuel in hand, the two hit the road again and soon pick up a beautiful hitchhiker. Harley insists on giving her a ride, but Adam, worried about being late for the wedding, isn't thrilled. They stop again for more gas and a bathroom break. Harley naps in the car while Adam finds the world's nastiest toilet. Seriously, it's a biohazard. But things get dicey when that same monster truck from earlier shows up at the gas station. Adam hides in the bathroom stall, panicking as the driver tries to force his way in. All Adam can see through the crack is a pair of black boots. Finally, the driver gives up, but Adam peeks through a hole in the wall and spots a terrifying figure with a deformed face, stitched-up mouth, and a blind eye. Horrified, Adam bolts out of the bathroom, finding Harley goofing off on top of the monster truck. Not content with just mocking the driver, Harley decides to use the truck's cab as his personal toilet, real classy. Adam yells at Harley to get down before the driver catches them, and they peel out onto the highway. Once again, Adam and Harley argue about Harley's reckless behavior, but Harley tries to calm Adam down, insisting that the monster truck driver didn't spot them at the gas station. However, when Harley sees the smashed clown doll on their car's antenna, he realizes he messed up big time. The driver definitely knows who they are. Later, they check into a sketchy inn and see a news report on TV about a headless body and a giant pentagram found near the trailer they stole gas from. Adam is now officially losing it, but eventually, they both crash from exhaustion. In the middle of the night, Adam wakes up feeling something weird in his hand. He looks down and screams, it's the dead cat from the road. Panicking, he flings the poor cat away, but it lands on Harley, who's in the middle of a dream where he's about to kiss a beautiful girl. Harley wakes up and realizes, to his horror, that he's been smooching the lifeless cat. The two freak out, scramble out of the inn without changing clothes, and hit the road again. Things get worse when their tire goes flat. While Adam tries to change it, Harley refuses to get out of the car, still traumatized by their latest cat encounter. But his fear turns into a full-blown meltdown when someone suddenly sits up in the passenger seat. It's Sarah, the hitchhiker they picked up earlier. She had dozed off, and now she's back, catching both friends off guard. They decide to let her stay, and she falls asleep again as they drive through the night. The next morning, Harley admits he likes Sarah and wants to make a move, but Adam thinks it's a bad idea. This sparks another argument, and Adam loses control of the car, making it swerve all over the road. Sarah wakes up, not amused, and scolds them for their childish antics. She threatens to ditch them and get another ride, but after they apologize, she decides to stick around. To settle the argument once and for all, Sarah decides to test which of them is the better kisser. After a quick smooch session, she chooses Adam, much to Harley's dismay. The trio takes a pit stop, and while Harley naps in the car, Adam and Sarah start to bond. Sarah admits she kissed Adam to teach Harley a lesson because he's always belittling his friend. To drive the point home, Sarah grabs a pen and writes an insult on Harley's forehead while he's asleep. After that prank, they hit up a nearby bar for drinks, though Adam, always the oddball, orders a glass of milk. Adam notices something strange. All the guys in the bar are missing an arm or a leg, which he suspects has something to do with their monstrous pursuer. Just then, a guy approaches their table and asks Sarah to dance. She declines, but the guy won't take no for an answer. Adam tries to play the hero but gets elbowed in the chest and knocked to the floor. Annoyed, Sarah kicks the guy where it hurts most, putting an end to the fight. After this mess, the trio retreats to a nearby inn. Harley sulks in his own room, while Adam and Sarah head to another, where she helps him patch up his wounds. They confess their feelings and finally share a romantic moment, free from Harley's shenanigans. Their evening is cut short when they hear frantic screams outside. The trio rushes out and finds the guy from the bar dragging himself across the ground, screaming in pain. But before they can react, the monster truck appears out of nowhere, its massive wheels crushing the guy's legs like twigs. Not satisfied with that, the driver turns the truck around and runs over the guy's head, finishing the job in the most gruesome way possible. The three flee in terror and report everything to the local cops the next morning. But when the police arrive, the body and the truck are gone, making them look like lunatics. The sheriff, fed up, tells them to leave or face arrest for wasting his time. Back on the road, Adam accidentally takes a wrong turn, and they end up lost in a creepy forest. As Adam checks the map, one of the guys from the bar suddenly appears at the window, warning them to leave immediately. He shows them a message written in blood on their car hood. "You are next." He tells them about the guy who cut off his arm and that people in the area call him a demon because of his horribly deformed face. The trio quickly realize the guy is talking about the monster truck driver, and they speed off into the forest. After a tense drive, they finally reach a creepy little town, but their car is almost out of gas. Along the way, they pass several bizarre scarecrows that look suspiciously real. Despite the bad vibes, they keep going and stop at an old cottage by a lake for a quick meal. While Sarah grabs their food, Harley takes the chance to apologize to Adam for being such a jerk. Adam forgives him, and just as they start feeling all buddy-buddy again, Sarah arrives with their food. But when Adam takes a bite, he pulls out a long, nasty hair, and then realizes his dish is made from human parts. They all freak out and bolt back to the car. Adam floors it, desperate to get out of the town, but Harley suddenly notices the body from last night lying in the back seat next to him. They're all horrified, and things only get worse when the monster truck shows up in their rearview mirror. Adam tries to focus on driving, but the truck keeps ramming them, and every time Adam swerves, Harley gets tossed into the creepy corpse. The chase goes on, with the monster truck smashing into their car until Adam makes a sharp turn onto another road that leads to an abandoned farm. But then the car breaks down. Adam frantically tries to restart it, but the monster truck appears beside them, revving up for a final slam. Sarah panics and yells at Adam to get the car moving, but it's no use. Seeing no other choice, she and Adam sprint out of the vehicle, yelling at Harley to follow. Harley struggles to get out because the dead body is practically glued to him. The monster truck leaps into the air, landing right on top of the car. Adam and Sarah rush to save Harley, but the car's roof has him trapped. The monster truck revs up for another go, but they manage to drag Harley out just before the car is crushed again. There's no time to breathe as the trio sprints up a hill, narrowly escaping the truck. They think they're safe in the forest, but then the monster truck driver ambushes them, slamming Harley into a tree and knocking him out cold. The driver charges at Adam and Sarah, and Adam tells Sarah to run. Enraged at seeing Harley down, Adam tries to fight back, but he's no match for the brute and is forced to retreat. Sarah bolts into the woods but is quickly captured. Adam chases after her and finds the monster truck driver at a creepy farmhouse, where Sarah's screams echo through the night. Mustering all his courage, Adam grabs a rusty shovel and sneaks into the house. Inside, he sees creepy pentagrams all over the walls and a mangled body on the bed that suddenly opens its eyes, screaming for someone named Bob, who is none other than the monster truck driver. Terrified, Adam runs into another room where he finds Sarah tied to a chair. He frees her, but their escape is cut short when the driver hears Sarah's cries and storms toward them. Desperate, Adam searches for an exit, but all the windows are blocked. Adam asks Sarah for the shovel to try and pry open a window, but instead, she smirks wickedly and smacks him over the head. Adam wakes up strapped to an iron bed, with Sarah cranking a crusher toward his head. Just then, the mangled body, who introduces himself as Fred, explains the whole messed up story. Bob and Sarah are his siblings. Bob once accidentally ran over Fred with his truck, caused Bob to lose control of the car and he ended up hitting a tree and being thrown through the windshield. Sarah sewed Bob's face back together after the crash, leaving him deformed, and used dark magic to bring Fred back to life, stitching him together with pieces of people they'd kidnapped. But Sarah has cooked up a new spell to put Fred's soul into Adam's body, which is why she lured him here. Sarah prepares to complete the ritual, tearing off Adam's shirt and brandishing a huge knife. Adam tries to grab a pocket knife, but Sarah catches him and knocks it away. Just as Sarah prepares to deliver the final blow, Adam reveals his hidden trick. he's got his pointer finger free. Using it, he slices through the ropes binding his hands and then stabs Sarah in the neck with his blade. She bleeds out quickly, and Bob rushes to save her, but it's too late. Enraged, Bob charges at Adam, but Adam jabs his pencil into Bob's eye. Even though Bob is injured, he's still dangerous. Meanwhile, Fred grabs a scalpel and joins the fight, aiming to finish Adam off. Cornered, Adam headbutts Bob, driving the pencil deeper into his eye, and then slices Fred in half with his knife. Covered in blood but alive, Adam finally defeats the creepy siblings. With both brothers down but not out, Adam tries to make his escape, but Bob locks the doors and swallows the key like it's his favorite snack. Blinded but still dangerous, Bob continues to chase Adam around the house, while Fred, who's barely holding himself together, grabs Adam's leg and yanks him to the ground. Adam scrambles to get up, but he faceplants, and his nose starts bleeding like a faucet. Bob, who apparently has a superpower for smelling blood, sniffs the air and zeroes in on Adam like a bloodhound. But Adam's got a plan. He starts dragging his bleeding nose around, leaving a trail of blood for Bob to follow, like some twisted version of Hansel and Gretel. He leads Bob right to the exit, where a huge knife is conveniently stuck in the door. Adam covers the knife with blood, setting the perfect trap. Bob, thinking he's about to get Adam, charges straight into the blade and got mess up. Stunned but still dangerous, Bob doesn't get a chance to recover because Adam pulls out his pocket knife and delivers the final blow, putting Bob down for good, or so he thinks. Adam, battered but alive, stumbles out of the house, trying to catch his breath. But surprise surprise, Bob is still alive and coming at him with a knife, ready for round 2. Just when it looks like Adam is toast, the monster truck roars onto the scene, ending Bob's life. Adam freaks out, thinking it's Bob's backup monster, but then Harley jumps out of the driver's seat. Turns out, Harley survived his forest smackdown and hijacked the truck like a total badass. With Harley behind the wheel, Adam takes control of the monster truck and finishes the job, running over Bob and crushing him once and for all. By morning, the nightmare is finally over. Harley congratulates Adam on growing a backbone, and Adam thanks Harley for sticking with him through all the craziness. Adam decides there's no way he's going to his ex-girlfriend's wedding now. He's got better things to do, like hitting the road with Harley in their insane new ride. As they drive off into the sunrise, they're clueless that Bob and Fred are still kicking and plotting their revenge. So, what did you think of this wild ride? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe for more crazy movie recaps. See you next time.